wants to do now. Apparently now it's not enough to kneel for the national anthem and disrespect our flag and our nation, even while on international soil. Now, after the Las Vegas massacre last Sunday night, the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton, has decided to go off on a rant against the Second Amendment. Hey, why not? Since he hates our nation and her flag, why not add the United States Constitution to the list? Odd, he doesn't mention how many Americans have died since then from abortions? Richard Graves, every member of the New Orleans at Saints is taking a knee ahead of the national anthem at Sky Sport and Flashing Offsmia. Hold on a minute here. This group of third-rate ball-tossing men go off to a foreign land and decide to disrespect our flag, nation, and everything we stand for? Let that sink in for a minute. NPR reports. French Quarter sees violent crime surge, residents demand changes. New Orleans police officer Patrick Schneider patrols Bourbon Street in the heart of the French Quarter on New Orleans' most visited neighborhood rarely sees the type of violent crime that plagues other parts of the city. Recently, several high-profile robberies have rattled the region and led to criticism of the police department and the mayor, both of whom are rethinking safety measures. Over the next few weeks, more and more visitors will roam the city's famous French Quarter, drinks in hand, for Mardi Gras. In less than 2 square miles, the French Quarter combines hotels, restaurants, street performers, and all-night bars with historic homes and tight-knit neighbors. Now, some of the quarter's iconic wrought iron balconies hold new signs that read, "Caution. Walk in large groups. We love NOPD, we just need more." Resident Brian Drude got that sign from his neighbors, who printed hundreds of them, after a man was stabbed and robbed on their street last month. Drude wants more police on foot to protect tourists and locals. "We want the people that are here now to be safe. We don't want them to get held up or mugged, or stabbed or shot," Drude said. "That violence would be worse publicity to us than them seeing the signs." These signs are not the only public ploy to gain attention. French Quarter businessman Sidney Torres bought TV ads. His home was robbed last month. Then, this month, armed robbers attacked the bar next door to him. The ad announces, "The French Quarter is under siege by criminals. The problem can be fixed. It is only 6 blocks by 13 blocks. We should hold the administration accountable for the failures of not protecting the French Quarter." After meeting with the mayor and the police chief, Torres has cancelled the ads. The city has run its own sort of campaign, with podium speeches to highlight arrests and task forces. Introducing new police recruits, Mayor Mitch Landrieu addressed the French Quarter directly. "Recent upticks that have been plaguing the city have made people feel unsafe, and has reinforced our need to focus our attention. It's now more important than ever to have the best people, the best training and the best equipment," Landrieu said. "Having enough people is the big problem. Years of attrition have dwindled New Orleans' police force. The city has upped its recruitment budget and says applications have risen 300%. But it still takes a year to get recruits on the streets." The city is also starting something called NOLA Patrol. The 40 or so uniformed security guards will walk the quarter and work with officers. Landrieu also wants more state police. The current crowd seems mostly undeterred. Atlanta residents Anthony Mullins and Taylor Norman recently roamed Royal Street. Reading the walk in large groups signs, Mullins, who works in law enforcement, said he understands people's fears. New Orleans police hope to win the city back, one kid at a time. "I could probably agree with them. I would probably want to see more police, too. I mean, as a tourist looking at it, it is alarming," Mullins said. After shooting, New Orleans area begins to return to normal. The couple hadn't heard about the recent crime, but say it won't change their plans. Not so for Barb Kelly. Up in Alberta, Canada, she's been following French Quarter crime, in the news and on travel websites. She and her husband planned a 10-day trip in March. Now they're not sure. "It's a hard decision to make because I really do want to go back and see more of New Orleans. I loved it there, I really did. I thought it was a great experience, Kelly said. We have to sit down and weigh the pros and cons. It's the kind of calculation that people who live, work and play in the French Quarter make every day right now. Deciding whether to stay for the band's next set, whether to walk a few blocks or take a cab. Asking who might walk with them, and how much risk is too much. This third-rate team from the cesspool that is New Orleans comes back from disrespecting our nation on foreign soil, and the head coach decides to now rant against the Constitution because he doesn't agree with its content? Coach, how many sermons have you given your ball-tossing superstar players against raping women, beating up spouses, drug use and being a part of dogfighting rings? Let's make a deal, Coach. Maybe we can ban guns, but why stop there? Maybe it would be a good idea to ban how much a person who doesn't even know how to read and write but can toss a ball for a living, is allowed to make per year. Or better yet, maybe we should draw up a law stating that no financial gain can be made out of spectator sports. And while we're at it, let's go full leftist fascist and make a law stating how much a sports team is allowed to sell tickets for at their stadium. Maybe ban sponsors too? Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.